Back at it again with another Final Fantasy XIV video, and real quick, I do just want to thank you guys for all the support on the last Final Fantasy XIV video. I'm not an exclusive Final Fantasy XIV channel, and I really just wanted to upload a video on my experience, but you know what? It had overwhelming support on the video in terms of likes, comments, and even views. It was one of my best viewed videos, so again, thank you very much. And today I'm actually I'm coming to the end of A Realm Reborn, I think, actually, and all I can say is I was wrong, big time wrong about A Realm Reborn. So in the first video, I talked a little bit about A Realm Reborn's story and what I've seen online and I heard from my friends. You know, generally the consensus was that A Realm Reborn's story wasn't anything to be really impressed about. Knowing that, I still wanted to do my best to pay attention to the story and not look up a summary video, because we know there's plenty of those. So I was reading quest dialogue, as I mentioned, and watching the cutscenes. I will say that in the middle-ish portion, it felt very filler feeling. But holy moly, I can tell you this, as I got closer to what I feel like was the end, it damn near pulled me in, honestly. So warning, if you haven't played the game or care about spoilers, I'm going to talk briefly about the end of A Realm Reborn. And it's funny that I mentioned spoilers in a game that's been out for how many years, right? But at the same point, I have to think about my people like myself, where I was actually avoiding all the story content stuff and videos and summaries that you can find online. So, you know, that's just thinking about the people that are like me, and my hat's off to you guys. Try the game. So yeah, shit, man. Walking into the quest, fighting Garuda, I actually thought this was the end of AAR. I figured defeat her, you know, but then what she does is she summons the other Titans we fought previously in the story, Ifrit and the Titan. And so I figured, you know what, I'd fight all of them, but then little did I know, a big baddie from the Imperial Army is going to come crashing down with some Megazord, and he sucks all the Titans up, gets forms from all of them like frickin' Majin Buu from Dragon Ball Z, and then it turns out we have a bigger problem and the story isn't over just yet. This is the moment where I really started to get like pulled into AAR's story and things started to really come together. I figure, you know, it makes sense. This is around the climax, I feel like, or the crescendo leading to the climax. So yeah, knowing that eventually we would have to fight this ultimate weapon, I can't yet because I'm at a level wall. I'm actually level 47 and I need to be 49 to continue onward. So that's where I'm at. However, you know, up to this point, I could say that I really am enjoying A Realm Reborn story, and despite the fillers that there was throughout this whole thing, overall, and you know, I can't wait to see what's in store in Heavensward. And again, to the new players like myself, or maybe to a lot of you watching this, I can see why it's so important to follow the story, especially when you're talking about Final Fantasy XIV, which is more seen as an RPG MMO rather than an MMO RPG. Because at the end of the day, it's going to just make you appreciate a lot more within the game, the story, the characters, and a lot of it actually to do with your own story, your own character. And I think that's very important, especially for me personally. So next up, the Graphical haul. One of the reoccurring comments actually on my last video was that I should try out a mod that enhances the graphics. So I waited to do this for a while, but eventually when I had some spare time, I decided to download and give it a try. I initially didn't want to modify much of my first time experience for Final Fantasy XIV, but damn man, this was definitely worth it. I downloaded, the recommendation was GShade, and I took it into the game. But I'll be honest, it was confusing at first. There are a ton of options.
What is GShade? It is an open source tool developed by members of the G-Posers community, which basically increases the amplification of in-game shaders, sharpening, saturation, lighting, and many other effects that the game is offering.
But you know, I ended up going with a preset and making some minor adjustments, and yes, it does definitely make the game look way better. Look at the detail on this mount. Oh, holy moly, that is a whale. I'm all for graphical updates that make the game look better, and it made my new Dragoon armor look damn fine. Speaking of Dragoon, so I've got 4 pieces of my Dragoon armor. Not sure when I get the 5th, but damn, dude. The Dragoon story is interesting all in its own right. The fact that Alberic was fighting off a dragon, he met its gaze and was overwhelmed by emotion, then he was unable to fight only to save one child, who is this badass that is now Estinian. I mean, dude, I love that story, and I don't think it's even over yet. I'm sure there's more that I have to continue on once I hit the appropriate level. So I had to go off, of course, to fight off dragons and prove my worth to get those pieces of armor. And I could just say, you know, I look damn good. I also got new ability, so now I have 2 jumps. And to be honest, I feel super mobile, which makes things way more dynamic and enjoyable, because in the previous video I was talking about, you know, the 1-2 basics and having that, and people also told me, you know, just hold on, man, it gets better, and it's definitely getting better. I think there's way more coming too, and I still have my eyes on the Dark Knight though, as well as the ninja. But right now, I'm definitely sticking with the Dragoon. Now, a lot of you also in the comments did mention the Palace of the Dead, I believe. POTD, as I'm seeing it a lot. I will definitely give that a try, especially to test out other jobs, because I'm really interested in a lot of them. But as I mentioned, my whole goal is to just get caught up, honestly, but at the same time, take my time while catching up, because I don't want to just rush through things. Jobs are definitely something that I'll go back once I probably just stick with the Dragoon up to the current expansion. I'm not sure though, because as soon as I get access to the Dark Knight, I might be tempted to switch to the Dark Knight. We'll see. But I do love tanking, so we'll just have to see what happens. So, again guys, I am Naisu. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. Please do feel free to comment down below any more tips you guys have. I do read all your comments. I try to reply to as many as I can. And I'm also curious, do you guys use any mods or add-ons aside from the graphical ones like GShade? If you do, please do let me know in the comments, as I am looking for, you know, typically what other Final Fantasy players use and what's kind of accepted, because I know, like I said, the community here is very different from, obviously, from World of Warcraft. And in World of Warcraft, add-ons and, you know, those type of things are usually an expectation, especially in certain parts of the game like Mythic Plus or raiding. There's a lot of add-ons that are expected of you, so I kind of want to prepare myself for the future here. So if there's any add-ons or mods, whichever you want to call them, that I should look up and consider, especially in the later portion of the game, please do let me know in the comments section below. And again, thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. And of course, if you guys enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. And like I said, I always appreciate comments, so thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.